So it's only January, but I might have already had a flower farm fail. I literally can't believe the cheek of that mouse. I hope a kestrel comes and eats you. So here's the thing, that might have been a little melodramatic because it's not necessarily a fail, it's just a bit more of a learning curve. I wanted to get some of the flower farm stuff on the go early. So I sowed some sweet peas, and if you remember, I put in some ranunculus bulbs, and I will link that video just up here, and you can go and see me putting in the ranunculus and talking about them. However, I've not had a very good germination rate or shooting rate with the ranunculus. So I think the first issue is this. The Polytunnel did not last very long. It was a gift, it was quite a cheap one. It just didn't stand up to the pressures of the wind here. It did get wrecked once, I managed to salvage it, and then look, it's absolutely destroyed now. All the posts are bent and everything. And ranunculus need to be under cover. They won't survive frosts. They need to have some cover. So I was left without a polytunnel. I didn't really know what to do. However, I salvaged. So the polytunnel was so ruined that when it came to the fabric, I literally was able just to tear the fabric off. And I had a small cloche as well. So what I did was I created a couple of cold frames. This is just a really cheapy hoop house that I've had a couple of years. I think it came from one of the cheap shops. It was like $6.99 or something. It was ridiculously cheap. And it just gives a little bit of cover. And then this is one of the sides of the polytunnel that I literally just tore off because that's how sort of, I guess, ruined it was by the wind. All the stitching had come loose. So I thought I was going to have to cut it, but I just tore it. I put the windows on the top, so actually come spring I can actually open it up a bit. And then underneath what I used is the shelving, the IKEA shelving, to create kind of the frame and put the plants in. Now if we have a little look underneath these, you'll see that some of the ranunculus have come up and they've done really well, and some there is no sign, and I think they rotted. And I think the reason for this is when they were in the polytunnel, I had some ranunculus pots on the shelving and I had some ranunculus pots on the ground. I think the ground ones continued to soak up loads of moisture from obviously the clay and the soil beneath them, and they got too wet and they just rotted. So let's look underneath and see what we've got. Hi guys, just a quick reminder, because the vast majority of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, that if you're enjoying it, please hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing. And once you've got to the end of our video, have a look at some of the other farming videos. So it's a little bit of an odd batch. So these are all in colours. So this is one colour, this is one colour, this is another colour, and then my whites are under here, and we'll look at those in a minute. I don't know what colour this is. Oh no, this is white. These are the whites, and as you can see, there's really not very many. This one's come up tremendously well. This one is starting to come up, as is this one, and it does look like in here there's some, but overall very bad growth rate so far. There's also some signs that mice have been in here, because this is a little where a mouse has sat and eaten stuff. If we move on to the next colour, which is red, far better growth, far better growth. Again, the mice have been in here a little bit and they have nibbled at some of the bulbs, but you can see instantly a lot better results. And then I think this is pink, and again, pink seems to have done pretty well. And funnily enough, these weren't on the shelving there on the floor, but the pots are a lot bigger. And again, I wonder, because the pots are bigger and they've got a larger amount of soil in them, they didn't get as wet. So that's this. Let's now look under this line. Do you know what I've just found? Look. So here I put my lavender plants, which always look a bit rough in the winter anyway. Look in here. Some little thing, well, we know what it is, bloody mouse, has made a nest out of my lavender in one of these pots. Seriously? I mean, it smells really, really good, so I guess they wanted a nice fragrant winter nest, but come on, dude, this is a crop. I literally can't believe the cheek of that mouse. I hope a kestrel comes and eats you. Or maybe it's discovered that lavender tasting mice is not appetizing. I don't know, but anyway, back to ranunculus. So these are my yellow ranunculus, and you can see that not a single soul has shooted up. And I think that is due to this moisture issue. These pots are the smallest pots. They're tiny. These are on the floor. And I think what happened is they soaked up a lot of moisture. Perhaps there were some drips on them as well, and they've rotted. I'm not digging them up because let's just see what happens. Maybe in the warm weather we'll get a couple of shoots. But I'm fairly sure that my yellow ranunculus claws are a complete and utter write-off. Meanwhile, I think I will get some pink, white and red, which is really good. And actually, I originally thought these were the white ones, and I was kind of bummed out about that because I really wanted some white ranunculus. I think they'll sell well, whereas maybe the yellow ranunculus, not so much of an issue, but it's kind of a little bit annoying. I also have a load of sweet peas on the go. Now again, they were out here, but little cheeky mouse again came along and started eating the seeds. So although I had the shoots coming up, Mousy was going in and eating the seed of the sweet pea before it had time to actually root down. So it killed quite a few of them. So the sweet peas are now in the cold frame, which also doubles up as my car. So I drive up here in the day. I put them on the roof of my car to get some light and some colder temperatures just to kind of stop them going mad. But the rest of the time, they're in my car. Once they've got some decent root on them, I will bring them back here where Mousy hopefully will not dig them up. But I guess that is one of the issues of having a farm and encouraging wildlife, is that little things like voles and mice, and actually I don't think it is a mouse, I think it's a field vole, which are super cute, and I will try and get a video of them. There was one in a compost heap the other day. I think it's a field vole. And we are farming alongside wildlife, so I can't blame them because I've basically created a restaurant. But these are things that I need to remember this year, especially for next year. So next year, perhaps I need to put all my ranunculus on much taller shelving to try and get rid of this issue.